That this is election day in the Soviet is incidental. No change in the Supreme Soviet is anticipated by the people's mandate. But the top man in Russia, Red Party boss Nikita S. Khrushchev, makes his own revision. Following the balloting at a session of the Soviet Parliament, the verdict is da, yes, for Khrushchev's elevation to premier. In simple language, it means he's invested with a power comparable to that of Joseph Stalin. The former premier, Nikolai Bulganin, he resigned quietly. What could he say? Rebirth of a virtual total dictatorship made him expendable. For the fourth time since the war, general elections in Yugoslavia. Only the Communist Party is represented on the ballot, and more than 11 million Yugoslavs are returning President Tito to office. The Marshal and Mrs. Tito vote in the early morning hours. Together with Tito, some 1,800 deputies are elected to the federal and provincial assemblies. The royal yacht Britannia glides toward Amsterdam with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. Queen Juliana and her daughter extend the welcome, the first time a reigning British monarch has paid an official visit to the Netherlands. A unique vignette, two ruling queens side by side, symbolizing the goodwill felt by their Western European nations. They ride to the palace in the heart of the city. And then the two royal families appear on the palace balcony to receive the cheers of the Dutch people. Good neighbors get together in Amsterdam. The Academy Award show at the Pantages in Hollywood. Oscars for the type of performances which back the slogan, get more out of life, go out to a movie. A great audience sees Filmland's own star-studded extravaganza. Dramatic, suspenseful, heartwarming. Here, an Oscar to Red Buttons from Lana Turner for the best performance by an actor in a supporting role. And sharing honors with Buttons is a lovely actress from Japan, Miyoshi Umiki. She receives her statuette from Anthony Quinn and gratefully accepts the recognition as the year's Best Supporting Actress. The Best Picture Award goes to The Bridge on the River Kwai. Gene Simmons accepts from Cary Grant the Best Actor Award on behalf of Alec Guinness, who starred in that film. John Wayne makes this exciting announcement.
Joanne Woodward.
Joanne Woodward, almost overcome with emotion, accepts the coveted Oscar for Best Performance by an Actress.
I can only say I've been daydreaming about this since I was 9 years old. And thank you very much. And thanks most of all to Nunley for having more faith in me than I think anybody could have. Thank you.
You're in the Army Now gets a rock and roll beat with the appearance among the recruits at Fort Chaffee, Arkansas of the #1 rock and roller himself, Elvis, Private Elvis. Clothes make the man, be he civilian or military, particularly military. And so Private Presley, already indoctrinated with an Army hairdo, becomes acclimated at the other end. The wealthy inductee is cut down to $78 a month Army pay. But Elvis is not the only loser. Experts figure Uncle Sam will lose $500,000 in taxes from the top salaried performer. As the transformation takes place and Elvis emerges as a serviceman, some 55 members of the press are present to record the event when Elvis switches to a new beat. Up, 2, 3, 4. East-West Golden Gloves finals in New York's Madison Square Garden. Chicago's Willie Moran, white trunks on the defensive as New York's William Pickett laces in with a whirlwind attack. These amateurs really do battle in these bouts sponsored by the News Welfare Association. Pickett pouring on the pressure. The New Yorker blazing away with all his 147 pounds. Moran can't weather the barrage. Pickett wins by a TKO. Now Chicago's Dan Hodge, light trunks, and New York's Charlie Hood mix for the heavyweight title. Hood connects and Hodge bowls over backwards, but he rolls right up on his feet again. A rugged battler, he was a member of the Olympic wrestling teams in 52 and 56. And right now it looks like he should have stayed in the mat game the way Hood is hounding him. But Hodge can take it, and he's loaded with power. Hodge opens up, and those mitts are loaded with TNT. Hood goes down. He struggles to get back into the fight, but he's out. Chicago's Dan Hodge, the former Olympic wrestler, wins by a KO. Hodge comes over to cheer up Hood. Good sportsmanship is always the winner in these amateur bouts.
Gentlemen, it's all here. All the wonderful fun of the best-loved play of our day that rocketed a new personality to stardom. Andy Griffith in his famous role of Private Will Stockdale.
How do you like girls?
I don't like just any girls. I mean, there's this one old girl back home that ain't got hair no longer than a hound dog's.
I don't mean any specific girl. I just mean, well, girls in general, you know. Women. And sex.
This is the barracks. That kindly, soft-spoken gentleman at the far end is the sergeant in charge.
I am here to help you during these first difficult days of military service.
You never heard of a sergeant like this? Well, you've never seen a picture like this. No time for sergeants.
If you're in fear of your life, it's natural to run away. But where do you run when every exit is blocked by a silent guard? What do you do when a stranger steps out of the shadows and into your life?
Hello, Kim.
Who are you?
A stranger who claims he is your brother.
He's lying. My brother's dead.
Senorita.
You don't understand. My brother Ward is dead.
Dead men do not carry passports and credentials, senorita. This is a perfect setting for you, Kim. Spain, the coast, this villa. I only wish that Father was still alive to enjoy it.
You want this man who says he's your brother, who can prove it by the tattoo on his arm, who can prove he's Ward Prescott in a million ways, by the car known to lie shattered at the foot of a precipice.
Ward's car. The one he was killed in.
Police Commissioner Vargas had handled many strange cases, but this one was the strangest of them all.
Come, I want to know the truth. People do not try to commit murder without reason. Why do you wish to kill this man?
Because he wants to kill me.
Hello, Kim.
I'm Elaine Whitman. I ought to hate you more than anyone in the world.
Not half as much as I ought to hate you.
Although I don't appear in the picture, I did produce it, and I'd like to make a couple of suggestions. First, try and see Chase a Crooked Shadow from the very beginning. I'm sure you'll enjoy it that much more if you do. And as to the end, well, I'm reminded of an old Spanish proverb that says, to keep a secret is to keep a friend. Therefore, for all those who are going to see Chase a Crooked Shadow, please don't tell anybody how it ends. Chase a Crooked Shadow was directed by Michael Anderson, who also directed The Dam Busters, Yangtze Incident, and Around the World in 80 Days.
Edwin Dennis, being of sound mind and body, do hereby bequeath to my only son, Patrick, all my worldly possessions. In the event of my demise, I direct my faithful servant, Nora Muldoon, to deliver Patrick to my sister and next of kin, Mame Dennis, at 3 Beekman Place, New York City. The expenses of his upbringing shall be supervised by Mr. Dwight Babcock, acting for the Knickerbocker Bank as trustee, with the full power to keep that crazy sister of mine from doing anything too damned eccentric and bringing him up to be anything like her. Since I keep myself in splendid physical condition through workouts daily at the Chicago Brokers Club, I am confident that these provisions will not go into force or effect for many years. I hereby affix my hand this 14th day of September in the year 1928.